So like, I'll maybe knock on wood if that helps at all, but I'm hoping for a game 3. I hope we go the distance here, but it's just a question of what alliance do we get in this game? Because the last game, that was not the alliance that a lot of people were hoping for.
No, definitely not. And, I mean, it's a really good Pudge game for all the reasons that we mentioned. My issue with this game is that it feels like Charlie has about 50 items that he wants or needs before he's able to do anything, right? He's already got the Vanguard queued up. I think it's a good Crimson Guard game, actually, against the Brood, against the Lina. He needs Blink Dagger, he needs BKB, he needs Aghanim Scepter. It's quite a lot, and in that time, I'm just worried about what this Broodmother is going to be able to do to your map.
As we've seen earlier in the day what the Brood's able to do with how much you can control. And they don't have any supports that can really play in the Broodmother lane. In fact, it's pretty much only Charlie, right? Who else is going to play into the Brood? So I think another big thing that Ooredoo have in their favor is how easy it is, I think, to actually defend their tower. With the Tombstone laid down, the Hoodwink being able to rotate as well. And into playing the trees, and Noob as well can also TP in with a crap load of damage. So if Alliance aren't on point with that early Primal 6 dive under the tower to bring down the Lina, then all of a sudden this game could look very, very difficult. But that is a couple of minutes into the future. We'll get our lane set with the creeps hitting for the second time of this series. What lanes do we need to be paying attention to? Is there any really that the focus needs to be on?
I'm actually having a decent look down bottom because, you know, you've got a Pudge, you spot the Ring of Protection, so wisely done by Charlie, going up against Omar with the Blightstone. He already landed a hook onto the Hoodwink, so he's doing a good job there, but I really don't think that they can let this Broodmother get out of control like she did last game.
Do you like that they put the Rubik down here to maybe help out with slowing down the Broodmother's lane?
Yes, but I feel like they were trying to necessarily dodge the well, they've actually put this into like a dual strength lane with the Undying, right? Which is a little odd to me because Cowrie should be fairly happy about that one. So I guess they just wanted something that's going to be able to sit back and harass a little bit more easily. I'm going to call it early. I want to see an Aghanim Scepter here for Hanskin. Going to be good. You know, you need that AoE battery assault for the Spiderlings just to be able to deal with the lane push out as well with the Rocket Flare. I would like to see it. Another great one.
That it is indeed. Ponley's already used his Fade Bolt, but it looks like the Rot Slow will enable the Pudge to be able to chase down the Hoodwink inside the tree line. So Alliance strike first in our second game.
Just wondering if it's ever... I know it's not a build that is ever done, but you know me, I'm the mayor of Value Town. Presence of the Dark Lord, just 1 point against this tiny lane, I feel like could be incredibly effective. Am I crazy? I mean, 0 armor on a tiny, even underneath the tower you'd negative armor with 1 point.
I don't know. I'm actually... I can definitely see your reasoning. I'm just not sure how much you're going to be... I guess you're a melee hero, so you will be right-clicking him a lot. Often the Shadow Fiends kind of harass is the Razors, but against this person in particular, like, it might be able to pay off. H1 at the moment's having a pretty good time. 15-6 compared to the 13-2. Top lane, Hanskins. Some trouble. Cog's going to give him some protection. We'll continue to follow the creep. So this looks like the name of the game here from Alliance. They're just... And to completely avoid Ooredoo's safe lane.
It's always the name of the game with an Undying unless you've got someone that's capable of trading, and there are very few heroes in the game. Good micro. So yeah, Spore still got it.
The amount of people I see feed couriers is... Well, hang on, what do you mean? I didn't do anything. I'm not even going to bring up that you guys just... ripped S4's Death Prophet in the post game, but that's okay. It wasn't me. Ah, you're silent. All right. Oh, gaslighting. Hang on a second. Can we get a replay or rewatch the VOD? Something? I don't know.
They are putting a whole lot more emphasis onto this mid lane though, realizing that Xuen is the I mean, let's call him the win condition. He is the one that's going to need to deal with this Lina once it gets to the later stages, right? It's all well and good to get the hook shot, to get the blink dismember off, but unless you've actually got the damage to follow up on it, it's all going to be for nothing. So Xuen, bottle refill, ends up picking up the water rune as well, having a great time in this mid lane.
I think one thing to mention as well is the fact that Chuen's going to force Noob to go down a lot of the regen route. You know, Selv was just forced out, which he cancelled pretty quickly with the razors. Raindrop's going to be forced to pick up for the Tiny as well. So if they continue to stop the Tiny from getting the power runes and, well, the previous water runes as well, then it might just slow down that blink dagger timing a little bit. And that is really something they need from Ooredoo, because without this blink on Tiny, then you're going to have a lot of difficulties with kind of making those early plays. You're more reactionary to Alliance at the early stage.
Yeah, I'm also like... I'm tossing up in my head where you actually even want to make plays on the Tiny at this stage, because top lane is going incredibly well for them so far, so I don't think you need to go there. Down bottom, I guess, would be kind of nice, just because it would be like a kill into a potential tower, as long as the Broodmother's level 6. But yeah, top lane definitely doesn't need it. I mean, this is a Lina against 2 melee strength heroes, so you outrange them, and then even if they come into range, you've got an undying to deal with it.
I would like to see them slow down the brew, because I think how you deal with the Lina at the early game is the brew. I think you can maybe sack Wooder. Just, well, if he gets level 6, he's going to farm. Like, there's no way you're going to stop the Broodmother. Is speaking about Wooder, a decent chunk of damage onto Charlie, but telekinesis from Pomelo is going to keep him okay.
I see what you're saying. My counter to that is I kind of feel like a way to quote-unquote deal with the Brewmaster is by opening up the map for Lina so that she doesn't need to be in lane, and one way to do that is taking that bottom tower.
Is kind of Brood wants to play bottom though, even when that tower's gone, right?
I guess, but they don't really have anyone that's able to play against this Broodmother amazingly well in terms of the supports and, hell, even the cores to a lesser extent, so Brood could technically just go top.
Yep. Regardless, wherever Brood's going to be playing on the map, the only way you can test him is this pudge. There is no one else that's going to be laning into the Broodmother. Yep. We do see both sides bringing their support to try and secure the power runes. He's going to be lucky, though.
From Omar. He's only level 3, though. And Noob, not quite the mana to be able to make things happen. We're getting lucky. That should help.
Is this lane going a little bit too low? Well, for Wooder, it's about 400 net worth ahead of Charlie.
Yes, especially considering Charlie got the first blood. So, you know, I was kind of expecting the net worth differential to be, at the very worst, even between the two. I mean, Wooder's a great player, and they were able to get one of the most busted heroes in the draft at the last phase.
Crazy that I made it all the way through, but Charlie's got that Vanguard now, so at least it's not that he's having a bad lane, but this Vanguard's going to make it a whole lot easier for him to be able to play once Wooder hits that level 6. And the opposite side, I'm kind of looking towards the levels in regards to S4. Going to continue to pull the weight, but his level 6 is going to be really important to be able to open up that kill potential into tier 2000, who also is having a very good time. 39 to 16, second in regards to the net worth.
There's Xuen going here. You see him walking up. Well, I suppose he sees that there's one stack built up inside of the Dire Jungle, as Cowrie will at least soak the experience from it. Might
kill Cowrie, actually. No razors, but they can hold him into place to actually let the right clicks go to work, and a free kill is going to be picked up, but the boys are starting to rotate. Noob will look to enter the higher ground with the help of the Laguna Blade. Xuen tries to destroy it with the illusion. Can he get the ultimate off? It's not fast enough, as TA2000 rewarded with the kill, and they're already looking for more, but the cogs will make it difficult to pursue into the river, but in the end, Ooredoo Thunder more than happy with that exchange, bringing down the win condition on Alliance.
It was a good movement, right? You need to get a little greedy. You know you're going up against this Lina who's super capable of being able to take these stacks very quickly. I just want to see what sort of build TA2000 goes here in terms of skills. Obviously, he's just going to keep the 1 point in the Light Strike array against the Rubik. You don't want to give one of the best spells in the game up for free. But in terms of the Dragon Slave, I still think it is quite important for him to level that one up just to enable quick taking of lanes, pushing out like this.
I want to see Alliance go top with multiple members. S4 has his primal split. Okay, you actually even could consider holding it just for the catapult, because if you get a kill, you're not going to have a lot of damage onto the tower without that catapult. So maybe you wait a minute 30 and then use it. But bottom lane though, Charlie in some trouble. Flesh Heap's already been activated, so we won't have some damage mitigation to hold back the members of Ooredoo. And well, Dismember's going to buy him some time, but the Avalanche will stop a lot of the bonus health going back into Charlie's reserves. And well, in the end, they should be able to slowly bring him down. A big kill for Ooredoo to find, because now this opens up the tower.
Does open up the tower. Kauri is able to survive a two-man gank up on the top side, trying to slow down a little bit of the tower damage as well. But they're still doing a fairly good job here on S4 and Pond, though, to be able to get a lot of creeps going underneath the tower uncontested. Is going to be Buddha taking that early tower, though. Will they respond to this at all? That's the big question. Doesn't really feel like they have the heroes to do it quite yet at this stage. Noob just 350 gold away from being able to pick up that Blink Dagger. Seems like that's going to be the main priority for him first.
That's going to be a pretty good timing. Of course, he has rushed it, just the brown boots. Not a whole lot else inside the inventory of Noob. Importantly for him, he's got decent levels as well to be able to help out with kind of that burst. As once again, Charlie going to put himself down bottom. We do have the power runes spawning at the 10-minute mark. It's the 50-50. It's going to be top. Just an illusion. We haven't really, on our cast so far in Western Europe, we haven't gotten too many like haste or invis or even DDs at kind of the first couple of power rune spawns.
First couple. I was about to say,
first couple. I meant later on.
Just then.
Because,
absolute beast.
Yeah, you got multiple last game, but because I keep mentioning like these power runes, we got at the moment really the meta kind of feels like position 2s. You know, your playmaker, you want to be rotating, but these illusion runes aren't doing nothing. Illusions, regens, it's just helping farming, not getting the kills. Come on, we got 4 kills. Kill some people.
Mm-hmm. So they're giving the.
You want action?
Tome...
Come on, hang on.
I want action. Hold on.
You want action?
I'm talking about action. Possible action. I kind of wanted them to see them give the tome over to Omar, just because he's the one that's going to be able to combo together with this Tiny, who picked up the Blink Dagger, who has it being delivered to him right now, I believe. Where is it? It was on the courier for some time. Maybe just keeping it in base for a little bit.
Tier 2000 might be in some trouble. Look at this maneuver from Alliance. A hook shot under the Tier 2 tower. S4's going to try and play around with the primal split, but it was on the other side of the cog, so wasn't able to get too much damage out into the Lina. They should be able to still bring her down. The bonus health from the Soul Rope isn't enough to keep her alive. Tier 2000, no way she lives to it all, even using little health on the ground as well from Kauri. Seeds of Serenity.
Every little bit counts, and yeah, that's a really deep dive. Would have been great to be able to pick up that kill, but just wasn't meant to be. And again, they're just hanging around with these supports in the mid lane. Tiny, Avatos combo with the Blink Dagger. There we go, there's the smoke. They want to try and pick off someone that comes to defend this mid-tier 1 tower, realizing how important it is. SF would be a fantastic target for them. Oh no.
Oh, they might just get S4.
S4, no, can't just TP back into this. Good hook.
Still, it might not be enough. Requiem's going to be able to cover them, so Ooredoo forced the retreat. Hoodwink for the Requiem, but importantly, Alliance do continue to keep this tower standing.
Keep the tower standing, make sure that S4 doesn't immediately die after that TP back into the lane.
Can they get Noob? And the Bushwhackers well into the tree line. S4's making sure he plays his distance to not get blown up from the Tiny combination. With that, they're going to pick kill here for Alliance.
Chuen even being the one to pick that one up with the Shadow Rays from long range, and they're going to put some little bit of pressure in onto the tower. They found out the clockwork, but they might have found out Omar as well.
Tick, tick, tick. Look like he's going to tick out. But it does force them away from the tower, so Chuen, the Sieger, Kauri, getting pretty close to trying to find that deny, but not to be. So Alliance actually the ones to be able to find this tier 1 tower mid first. Very nice sequence of events for them.
Mm-hmm. Charlie's been the most important player for Alliance so far in this game. I mean, the first blood, multiple hooks in lane, keeping the bullying Hoodwink away. Even that time around, right, that would have been enough damage to be able to take out S4, if not for the hook as he was getting gone on. So It's important for him, of course, to be able to get up into that Aghanim Scepter, Blink Dagger BKB, but as for right now, he's done everything that he possibly could have. Good positioning by Hanskin, though.
Should know there's a ward nearby, though. With him backing off away from the hard camp. They are still under the cover of this ward, though. Hanskin's going to be the initial target with a sharpshooter burst. It should be enough to secure the kill. Maybe not. They even used the tombstone to try and help out, but it's a tree throw that blows him up. Alliance is starting to move to the neighborhood. Let's see if they can actually defend the tower. They'll target down the tombstone, and now they've got control as S4 with the threat of the primal split's going to force Ooredoo to delta split. And the sacrifice will be the undying slap, but once again, Alliance will be successful at defending the tower, and they might even catch up to the Hoodwink as well. The Blink, unfortunately, getting cancelled, but the Cinder Brew will slow Omar down so Ponlo can blow him up with the Fade Bolt. Beautifully done again, Alliance. Another successful defense.
Yeah, a little surprised Omar turned around. He was still under the vision of that Observer Ward on the high ground, and yeah, they know that they've got vision up there. So mid tower gone. Chuen farming. They should be feeling pretty satisfied about this for Alliance. Even got the 1 point in the presence of the Dark Lord. I knew I was right. It just needed to take a little bit of time to ferment, you know. What's Pombo
Can
they?
Is he going for? So Staff looks like. Oh. Still, they'll make the attempt with the primal split. But the start wasn't perfect, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter. Noob will go down, but can they still get more out of this, though? Chuen, with the help of the double damage room, will turn towards the Hoodwink, but there's no control to help out there. So forced to turn with the Requiem to force Ooredoo away. Chuen, oh, very close.
Playing on the edge here. Ponlo pushing out the top lane, playing a little greedier than most supports. Of course, works out just fine if you're able to get away like Chuen just was, but it doesn't even result in him having to pop a BKB charge or anything like that, so we'll see how they want to respond to this mid lane. Of course, they won't have the primal split to be able to do so, so see this one falling fairly easily. I really want to see Ooredoo play a little bit more around the Radiant jungle. They've got it warded up quite heavily. They know that Pudge is eventually going to get to this critical mass of the Aghanim Scepter, so you've got to keep killing him off before he gets to that stage, especially if you know the primal split is on cooldown as well. Just using the Spiderlings to be able to de-ward, so it's nighttime for the next 4 minutes. And not really a ton of vision available for Alliance right now. They're just looking to play around the safer area of their map, high ground.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
See from the odds from esportsbet.io, very close at this stage of the game. 16 minutes in, slightly favoring Ooredoo Thunder.
Dire's top tower is
Out of it though, very, very close in regards to that. $1.60, but we'll see. They can maybe make those odds a little bit better with this smoke from Dire. They're going to start to pivot their way to top. Noob has the haste to move up here. It's just Ponlo that's being a nuisance in the jungle, so it won't be the greatest pick-off. They'd be much happier with catching out S4. What's going to scout him? Did S4 get a glimpse of Kauri? Instead, they'll just go for the Rubik. A much easier kill for them to find. They still might be able to get S4 as well. It's going to be off the back of Omar if he can find that bushwhack, and unfortunately not going to be the case. S4's out.
I mean, Ponlo stayed up there for a long, long time. Basically pushed 3-4 waves underneath the tower, so, you know, obviously building up his own net worth, as we can see. Well, he's sitting a good 2,000 gold ahead of any other support in the game, but more importantly, denying a lot of that net worth underneath the tower, and any gold that Lina isn't farming is... You're pretty happy across the board. Tier 2000, we talked about what potential skill build he would look to go for. Still just holding the spells at the 1 point, so he can activate the Fiery Soul. Nearly maxed out the stat gain already.
Quick movement from Ooredoo should be able to bring down Hanskin bottom. Bushwhack actually off the mark. Noob with the Humblest Toy if he wants to close the distance, but Hanskin's actually going to duck into the tree line. Oh, Hanskin. Beautiful escape, and all the time wasted. And importantly, it's a lot of TPs as well. How many members? 3 members, I think, TP down to bottom for that. So you see back top, S4 is going to shove the wave out. Mid gets shoved out as well. A lot of map control now going Alliance's way off the back of that.
Only Brood still has it available, so look to punish that as much as possible.
Mid lane, Ponlo starts telekinesis to be able to set up for the hook back. Can they cancel this? A bushwhack's going to be there. We're not free pathing. He's going to be okay for the moment as Alliance unable to connect with that attempt, and now the rest of Ooredoo is starting to move over, in particular TA2000, protected with the BKB, so start to get the right clicks out onto the Pudge. Now Chuen's in trouble as well. There's nothing he can do to turn up the Requiem. The hookshot maybe buying some time, but it's not enough. They'll get the kill onto Chuen, and now they're looking for more as well. It's off to the right side. Cowrie's still alive. Nothing S4 can do with the split. And Handskin will be the last member of Alliance to go down as Ooredoo, an incredible skirmish from them with the first use of the BKB, and now they're going to look to get Roshan.
Cowrie just kited out an entire primal split on his own. Every single one of the Brewlings was chasing him down, and he was just able to withstand it all. Really good spell casting, juking left and right. Why are you putting Nisha on the ground?
Oh, noob. What's going on?
Just outside the Roche pit.
Just some Zyjays. What the hell is that disgust? Was it? Oh, shake my head. Beautifully done from Ooredoo to be able to stop a lot of the dismember duration. Gave them time recognizing without kind of this ultimate from Charlie. Tier 2000 had a free fight to be able to enter, and nothing you can do with that split against the BKB.
Still alive. Still alive. Kiting S4 away completely. Still alive. Makes it so that Chuen doesn't really have anyone saving him. Soul Rip again, still alive, and then he's forced to run away because Primal Split's ending.
Doesn't look like the fights are going to get any easier for Alliance now. It's not really net worth. It's importantly this Aegis advantage that you can play with on Ooredoo.
And BKB's starting to come out as well. Lena, of course, used the first charge of hers in that team fight. Tiny. The Mithril Hammer essentially away from being able to pick his up.
Great start from Omar. Noob with the fall. The burst is there, preventing any opportunity. I didn't even have Primal Split of using that to escape. So Tier 2 Tower's going to go down. And even a kill onto S4's Brewmaster. Top lane, they're setting up on Charlie. Unable to sidestep the LSA, and now Noob's able to follow up as well. Again, the chain control is perfect. No opportunity for the Flesh Sheep. Back to mid we go, though. Omar under the cover of the Bushwhack will be able to hold Chuen back, so there's no damage to bring down the Hoodwink before he escapes. And now, Wood's just going to play his distance, but he too doesn't have a way to cancel Handskin's TP, so already just getting a lot of the map. 2 kills, and now they're going to look to get some more objectives up top as Tier 2000 can start to siege it down.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, just on S4 again. A little bit of an odd death, wasn't it? Just tower had already gone down, farming kind of in no man's land away from the rest of the team. No one wants to TP down to the bottom side of the map to save him when there was no real turnaround potential.
Can I make this work?
Now.
S4's going to jump in. Tier 2000 doesn't want to blow the BKB on the first life. The stolen LSA onto 2 might actually give them the opening here. Greaves will heal up Tier 2000. They're going to continue to kite it off the back of the Cyclone, but no one's gone down. And now Dire, they can bring their members over to be able to set up a formation. Finally, they should be able to secure the kill. He's not even dead just yet. You gotta finish your food. Finally, they'll get him. It's Chuen trying to find the timing with the Requiem. A lot of damage onto the Tiny. They'll be able to blow up the position too. They'll turn towards Alina as well.
Great
The bushwhack from downtown. Omar gives TA2000 an opportunity to get the right clicks going. A telekinesis drags straight into Charlie's hands, but it doesn't matter. There's no damage without the Shadow Fiend. It's a slow meltdown. Once again, the bushwhack. Omar continuing to do it all. Bushwhack after bushwhack onto multiple heroes means that Alliance just are unable to come out on top in the team fight.
My man, he said, I heard you guys. You didn't give me the MVP for that game #1 performance, but this time around, he's really putting in the hard yards for that one. They might be able to grab Ponlo as well on the retreat. Seems like they will. Omar, well deserved being able to pick up that one for himself. And yeah, it just felt a little bit odd, right? You go in, you commit fully with the Primal Split, and there was no right click happening for quite some time. Kited out a good portion of that Aegis.
Just to sustain. Soul Rip maxed out. Cost the Greaves, the pipe.
Nearly
They're getting a
Holy
lot
Locket
of the
as well.
damage. Oh boy.
Has it?
You just need so much more farm on Chuen, and again, this Shadow Fiend is kind of a hero that kind of need a snowball. You don't have as much attack range as someone like the Lina. You're going to have some difficulties with being able to man fight as the game goes on.
We spoke a lot about helps.
Okay, yep, that does actually help. I feel like at this stage, you're 5,000 gold down in contrast between the carries, the Lina and the Shadow Fiend, the win conditions of this game. And I feel like Chuen just needs so many items to be able to actually do a lot of damage in these fights. It's looking rough.
I think they've got the capability for it, though. And the important thing is that if they do win a team fight, especially with the Presence Aura effects buildings, they can look to get a lot of real estate back on this map very quickly.
I guess something you mentioned earlier was the fact that you felt like Charlie needs a lot of items, and I feel like that's also really coming into play in this game. You need Blink BKB. Blink to get onto the Lina, but BKB to protect your Dismember, and it's like, I go BKB first, and I might just get kited run into the middle. If I go Blink first, and I kind of have to just hope that all their stuns are on cooldown to get a good Dismember off, so even then it's going to take a while for Charlie to be in full force.
And they've been pretty good with that, haven't they? You know, always saving something for the back lines, just forcing some kind of BKB usage because you know that they're always going to have some way to be able to interrupt.
These fours are all great reactions. And still got it, but Chuenzo, he's in trouble. Gonna get the BKB off fast enough. Protect him for the moment. They continue to chase though. Is the T3 tower going to be enough to save him? Telekinesis, but the damage from downtown with the combo of the Avalanche. They'll be able to bring down Chuen, and now the Primal Split will give them nothing as Ooredoo, they can even go for more if they want to. Laguna Blade cuts away the life of Handskin. They need some creeps, however, to be able to brute force up this high ground. Unfortunately, they don't have any, so back to mid they go.
They're happy enough to take mid, I feel. You know, this is, again, the better of the two teams is just sweeping across the map.
They know there's nothing to fear. Even if they get hooked, there's nothing to fear. Maybe they might go with Charlie instead. Look at TH2000. Just running in. Relentless from Ooredoo. Nothing they can do. Nothing to stop them. Once a streak from the Lina. Almost godlike. Building soon to fall. They push so incredibly fast.
It's one of those times where I was like, do they pop the glyph here just to try and get a little bit of extra damage through the multi-shot onto the Ooredoo heroes? But that's not going to be enough. Zest going in very deep, but good 4-staff usage to be able to get him out of harm's way.
Great toss back, even better. Noob is stuck under the tier 4 tower. Not the best position for him to be in, but it just showcased that the Shadow Fiend's damage is not there to compare against a god like TA2000. 9-0. Base continuing to be besieged as now they can look to go towards bottom as well. They've got the creep wave coming in, so no worries about the backdoor protection.
Pretty devastating, right? Single team fight win just results in this. And you're just trying to force them to use these BKBs super early on.
Oh,
you don't.
No.
That's what happens.
Oh, no.
They're just on another level right now, Ooredoo.
Yep. That they are indeed. I mean, we heard Dubai Llama speak about it in the interview we had prior to this series, saying that Ooredoo Thunder, he felt like was one of the teams that would actually make it out, and with a performance like this, I mean, they are one fight away of being 2-0. Well, trying to keep Pommel alive. S4 might not even survive as well. Just gets the split off. It's going to be okay for the moment, but there's just... That's a defensive split. Exactly right. A split for what? To keep him alive. As they're even going close inside the fountain. Toss back onto Charlie. What a game from Ooredoo. This is a team to keep our eyes out for.
Oh no, S4 body blocked.
Oh no. They're trying to get him. Look at what they're doing, dude. Noob again. Another toss back to someone on the Shadow Fiend.
Oh, high ground miss. All right.
This must be so demoralizing. What do you do? What are the comms right now? What is going on?
Okay, guys, we're banning Lina next time. That's what the comms is probably like right now.
Just this hero, man.
Bit of satanic now as well.
Makes me grr. He doesn't. She's like, hook me.
Hooking her into
Hook me.
melee range.
I actually don't care.
I want to be here.
I want to be directly. Oh, ma. Sniper from downtown. Go inside the base. Come on. Go celebrate. Go on the fountain. Who cares about the throne? Go hit some heroes. Go get some kills. That's a priority. And the G's at drop. Ooredoo Thunder. This is a team to keep our eye out continuing into a 1. They are now 2-0 in Division 2, and they are the real deal.